In May, we told you about a new court here in the city of Buffalo. It's the first of its kind in the country. A good day here is one where defendants stay alive. Opioid Crisis Intervention Court is for those battling addiction. Unlike a traditional drug court, defendants are patients first. News 4's Jen Shantz gives us a unique look inside this program. Jen?
Well, Jackie, in a traditional drug court, which started in the 1990s as a response to the crack epidemic, defendants were connected to treatment at the end of their case. That order has been flipped here. The fact is, this program was born out of sheer necessity. It's been more than 4 months since it started. I checked in with its organizers to see where it's at. It's an epidemic that's plagued our community for years. Our full jails and emergency rooms are proof of it. The crisis has also reached our courtrooms.
Last year, we were finding that participants in the drug court were dying suddenly due to overdose.
According to the Erie County Department of Health, in 2016, 300 people died from opioid-related overdoses. So far this year, we're on track to surpass that. So people were dying before they were able to make it to court, essentially.
After arraignment, and before they could even move on to further proceedings that would allow them to participate in drug court, they were overdosed.
The crisis court's coordinator, Jeff Smith, wrote a grant to the Bureau of Justice Assistance, seeking help in establishing a new type of court. The $300,000 grant was approved, and May 1st, the country's first ever opioid court opened its doors.
The way drug courts were made is mostly like it's a post-disposition court. This is a predisposition court. The court acts as a first step for nonviolent offenders battling addiction. Once they're approved for the program by medical professionals and the DA's office, their case takes a back seat to their sobriety. We have people in treatment within 1 to 2 days of their arrest. Judge Craig Hanna oversees the program on top of his regular bench duties. Our main goal is to save lives. Of the more than 100 people who have been involved in the program since it started, none of them have died of an overdose. Defendants are almost immediately taken through detox and placed in an inpatient or outpatient program. They're also given strict curfews and meet with a judge daily for at least 30 days. For most defendants in Judge Hanna's courtroom, many of whom have been here before, this place is a far cry from a counseling center. So being frank about what's going on doesn't always come easy. David Scott is one of those defendants.
I've been arrested over 120 times, maybe.
He jumped at the chance to get into the program because for him, it represented a real shot at getting clean.
It becomes a normal routine. We had a normal routine before as addicts, waking up to get our next, fix, and now it's a fix to save my life.
What kind of things do you and Judge Hanna talk about when you're up on the stand there?
Normal stuff, just what I do with my days, how I'm handling my days and my emotions, and just the progress that I keep doing. It takes a couple appearances before they realize they can actually talk and trust me. Because I tell them we play by Vegas rules and on the onset. You tell me what's going on, and everything stays here, and we get you to treatment.
That treatment is overseen by medical professionals from local health agencies and UB School of Family Medicine.
We are doing everything we can to stop this individual from being a statistic on the obituary rolls. I would much rather have him as a statistic on our rolls in the criminal justice system.
Defendants are still prosecuted for their charges. After completing Opioid Crisis Court, the case is moved to traditional drug court, where defendants still need to check in, just less often. For this program to have a shot, Erie County District Attorney John Flynn had to agree to postpone prosecution.
It is an epidemic that basically has forced us to think outside the box.
The goal here, aside from keeping defendants alive, is to bring other cities outside the box. Is there pressure that you do this and it works?
Every day.
We want to change, but we're not ready to change a lot of the times. And if you don't want to change, you're not going to appreciate the benefits of this program. Now, that $300,000 Smith acquired from the federal government, it needs to last for 3 years. At 11, hear more from David Scott, who is trying to beat the odds, find out how he's doing on that journey. Plus, we'll talk about the bigger picture here, how the DA is working to stop the problem from its source, and that's dealers.
Boy, it is such a difficult problem, but it's great to see that they're trying this and it moving forward. And they're getting a lot of attention from around the country. This is a first of its kind.
And I was not the first journalist to be interested in this. In fact, news crews from around the country, even around the world, have made inquiries, and they're curious. They're looking to see if this works. And you heard Jeff Smith yourself at the end of the story there say, you know, are you nervous if this is going to work? And he said, yeah, every day. They want this badly to work.
Yeah. Oh, so more on this tonight at 11.
Yes, much more at 11. We're going to dive a little bit deeper into the program itself and also check in with that defendant who I'm happy to report is still sober, but we're going to talk a little bit more with him.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, Jen.